vehicle at this time. T-minus 20 seconds, 12, 11, 10, 3, 2, 1.
The Atlas Centaur rocket blasts.
The story begins by showing the new history of humankind, who successfully sent a satellite into outer space, planned to take a long journey toward the endless universe, where the satellite uses solar energy as its power source. So,
Our solar system, that momentum, and may it find a friend out there.
40 years after the satellite was launched, we're introduced to a famous writer named Neil, who just launched his newest book. But something unexpected happens when a bunch of dogs suddenly cause chaos at the event, and...
Spent 5 long years. Sorry about this.
Yes. Sorry about this. That turns out to be just a dream of Neil, who dreams of becoming a famous writer. In reality, Neil is just an ordinary middle school teacher with no notable achievements.
If you don't control your bloody dog, I am going to get it sent to Battersea Dogs Home.
That day, Neil happens to meet one of the apartment residents who lives right above his room, named Catherine. Here she is. Catherine could be said to be a woman desired by many men, because besides having a brilliant career in broadcasting or the TV world, she's also known as very friendly and never ignores anyone who talks to her.
I want reading it to be like being sucked into a giant ball.
Like going on Facebook.
Back to the satellite, which has now left the solar system, a shocking thing happens when the satellite crashes into an unknown object, which turns out to be... Introducing the aliens from another galaxy. They have a noble mission to find advanced civilizations to become their allies in conquering the universe. They have already destroyed many civilizations they considered unworthy to live. After discovering human civilization on planet Earth, the aliens start to discuss whether humans deserve to live or be destroyed. In this council, one alien insists that Earth must be destroyed after seeing how meaningless and annoying humans behave. But another alien wisely says that humankind deserves a chance, so they agree to choose one human as the representative of humanity, who will determine whether Earth should be destroyed or saved.
Page 56, paragraph D.
As a race from an advanced civilization, these aliens have limitless power, allowing whoever holds it to create anything they want. Absolutely anything. If the chosen human can use that power wisely and bring the world toward a better place, then Earth and everything in it will be spared. But if not, the aliens will destroy it immediately. For 10 days, that chosen person will be granted unlimited power to create or make anything come true according to their will. And guess who that person is?
Selected.
Yes, that's Neil, the chosen one representing all of humanity. At this moment, he's on his way to school, accidentally brushed by a car and fell right when the power was given through his right hand. Not realizing what he has, Neil continues to school and comes late, even getting scolded by the principal. He also faces his students, known to be messy and hard to control. Introducing Ray, a biology teacher and Neil's only friend. Like Neil, Ray is also someone who's often ignored, even by the teachers at that school. During lunch, Ray jokingly asks, "If you could make anything you want happen, what would it be?" While waving his right hand, Neil answers, "I want my dog to vomit my Chapter 3 writing intact, and an alien spaceship to destroy my class full of naughty kids."
Oh, that's easy. I would make alien spaceships destroy Tennessee.
And yes, Neil is shocked when his class really gets destroyed by an alien spaceship without him realizing that it's because of his wish. When Neil gets home, he finds his dog pooping everywhere. Without realizing his power, Neil carelessly wishes for the poop to clean itself. As he waves his right hand, suddenly it happens.
Dog mess, clean yourself up.
Neil, still not believing what he just saw, grabs a bottle of drink to clear his mind. Then he realizes his power when he finds the chapter 3 pages his dog really vomited. When his drink spills, Neil tests his power again by saying, "Go back into the bottle." At first it doesn't work because he didn't wave his hand, but when he repeats it, waving his right hand, suddenly it works.
I have to wave my hand.
After realizing his power, Neil starts making silly wishes, like wishing the bottle to replace itself with a new bottle filled with top-class alcohol. The bottle moves on its own to an expensive liquor store. Triggering the alarm and causing Neil to be chased by a policeman. When Neil trips and gets cornered, he wishes,
Be at home having dinner with Dennis.
Now back home, brushing his teeth to clean his mouth from dog food, Neil remembers the naughty students who died when the alien ship attacked. Panicking, he wishes for everyone who died to come back to life.
Let everyone who died be alive again.
And suddenly, all the dead bodies around the world rise from their graves. Realizing his mistake, Neil quickly cancels it and rewinds time back to lunch with Ray.
Let the explosion never have happened.
No, I mean, if you could make anything you wanted.
Meanwhile, Catherine is visited by Grant, a military colonel who's been pursuing her for a long time. Since she never liked him, she politely rejects him.
I think the lady wants you to go, Colonel. You work for the BBC, don't you?
Back to Neil, who enters his class while the students are still noisy. Using his newfound power, Neil wishes for them to be obedient, polite, and well-behaved.
Good afternoon, 10C.
And yes, they become overly obedient, even robotic, acting like emotionless kids. After fixing his class, Neil tries another wish, making the fierce principal nice and friendly only to him. And guess what happens?
And what you did with the guitar, quite Bayago. Neil, so good to see you.
Then he helps Ray, who's ignored by the sports teacher who prefers the math teacher. Without Ray's consent, Neil wishes for that teacher to like and even worship Ray excessively.
Worship Ray.
After school, Neil keeps exploring his powers and randomly wishes to become the President of the United States. Guess what happens next?
Me be president of the United States. Sorry? We have been looking for you.
And suddenly, he's surrounded by Secret Service agents and military officers, pushed into signing documents. In panic, he cancels it immediately. Still not satisfied, Neil wishes for a big, strong jaguar. You know what I meant. And see what happens.
Not that big, obviously. Oh. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, can I have it in white? Right, okay. Let me have a really great body.
After reshaping his own body, Neil gets curious about what Catherine's doing, so he makes the floor transparent, accidentally making her scream hysterically. After all those useless wishes, none turned out well. Neil decides to meet Ray and tell him about his power.
You feeling okay?
Yeah, just look.
Instead of believing him, Ray thinks Neil's drunk, so Neil proves it by reviving a skull decoration, making it live again.
What's this?
Still unconvinced, Ray challenges Neil to fill the room with flowers, and guessed what?
Come on, Ray. Bloody hell, Palmer, did you just throw this out the window?
Neil,
Did you throw this out the window?
Until finally, Ray believes. But like Neil, Ray only makes selfish wishes, like winning every horse race in the world. After getting rich, they get bored quickly.
This is the best sandwich I've ever tasted.
Meanwhile, Catherine keeps getting bothered by Grant, who now drives a McLaren and even buys a luxury apartment for them. Catherine refuses, but Grant still gives her the key, just in case she changes her mind. At apartments, Catherine vents to her friend, who suggests she get a boyfriend so no men dare to bother her. And guess who she secretly likes?
Him upstairs. He's attractive. He's kind.
Yes, that lucky man is Neil. When Neil's power source temporarily loses signal, meaning his power can't be used, he recalls his biggest wish, to have a special relationship with Catherine. Without realizing, Catherine's visit that night isn't caused by his power, but by her real feelings. She likes him too.
Galactic power.
The next morning, the power source is back on. Neil makes his life easier by commanding his clothes and utensils to move by themselves. Or he even makes his spoon and fork come alive and his books read themselves. The only disturbance is Dennis, his dog, barking non-stop, so Neil wishes Dennis could speak human language.
Dennis, be able to talk.
Biscuits.
What?
Biscuits!
Well, it turns out Dennis just wants his biscuits. He's addicted. He admits his barking comes from desire, and when Neil wants to erase that, Dennis wisely says that desire makes life meaningful. Without desire, there's no passion. And without passion, what's life?
Love you, Master. I love you so much. Oh no, don't take away my powers now that I can think rationally. Oh, I heard the bell. Somebody at the door. The bell.
Moments later, Catherine comes by, now officially Neil's girlfriend. But trouble strikes again when Dennis says he loves Neil for being kind to him. Catherine, hearing a male voice, misunderstands, thinking Neil's gay.
Not crazy. There's a cat, Neil. Neil! Hey, you!
Dennis, be a dumb animal again for 5 minutes.
He could have easily fixed this with his power, but panicked, he chooses the hard way, chasing her on foot, making it worse.
Passenger accommodation! Ow!
Meanwhile, at school, Ray gets in trouble when the sports teacher and her followers start worshipping him as a god, because Neil's wish went too far. Trying to fix it, Neil and Ray meet on the street, and Neil turns Ray into a sausage to escape the followers.
Ray, become a duck! Ray, stop it! Ray, become a sausage!
Neil! Oh, that's his car! Ray!
Sausage, become Ray.
Jesus, Neil!
That evening, Catherine comes home only to find Grant inside her apartment again. Neil appears to help, offering her his room for dinner.
No funny business. Okay.
Catherine, come back.
I'm leaving!
Okay. Hold on, wait for me now.
Hi.
Has he gone?
No, I don't think so.
As things calm down, Grant breaks the window, pointing a gun at Neil. But with his power, Neil dares him to shoot. Catherine, unable to stop them, leaves in frustration. Right after Catherine was gone, Neil went ahead and snapped Grant's hand because he tried to choke him. That was his way of teaching him a serious lesson so he wouldn't pull the same stunt twice.
Hey, what is this? Ah! Oh, wait. What do you mean, potted plant?
Once he was satisfied he'd taught him a lesson, the naive Neil went ahead and explained how he actually used his power, thinking it would make Grant think twice about messing around anymore. But rather than getting scared or backing off, Grant saw his chance and managed to sucker punch Neil from behind, and then...
You can do anything.
Dennis, shut
Neil!
So, that's where Neil ended up. He's tied up in the apartment Grant recently bought for Catherine. His mouth is taped shut, and his right hand is trapped in a glass box, which makes it almost impossible for him to speak his wishes and move his hand at the same time. And to make things worse, they're threatening to shoot Dennis if Neil even thinks about pulling anything.
Well, when I take that gag out of your mouth, you're going to say exactly what's on that piece of paper. You understand?
Grant had already written out a whole wish list on a piece of paper, stuff he'd apparently wanted for ages. But honestly, most of it was completely absurd. We're talking ridiculous things, like wanting every single person in England to have huge ears, or making all police uniforms bright pink. Once he was done with all those ridiculous wishes, Neil got to Grant's serious request: hundreds of bars of pure gold, which would sell for an absolute fortune. In the meantime, Catherine, who was worried sick about Neil, just so happened to bump into Ray. And as it turns out, Ray was hiding out from his own followers.
Isn't he here?
He wasn't at school either.
Oh, I left him with my crazy gun-toting ex-boyfriend.
Neil's got these powers.
Then Catherine suddenly remembered the key, the apartment key Grant had given her. So the two of them immediately sped off toward that apartment to save Neil, whose life was in serious danger. Catherine and Ray got there just in the nick of time, exactly as Neil was about to finish Grant's final, devastating wish. He wanted Catherine to fall head over heels and become totally obsessed with him. Since they were threatening to shoot Dennis, Neil had absolutely no choice but to utter those words.
I don't want to go anywhere near him.
I don't want to die.
I love you. Please, please.
While Grant was busy with Catherine, Neil immediately changed Grant into a dog and, at the same time, restored the teacher and her followers back to normal.
Dorothy Pringle, think about Ray the way that you used to.
Oh, Ray!
Forget about Ray.
After everything was finished, Catherine ended her relationship with Nell, with the reason that she didn't want to enter the world of tricks that came from that power, where Nell himself accepted it helplessly and didn't use his power to fix that situation.
I'm sorry, Nick. I could never love you. Not in a million years.
Oh, Catherine.
With everything that had happened, Nell then started to self-reflect that he admitted he was indeed too focused on his own interests, to the point of forgetting the world's much bigger problems, like for example war, food crises, global warming, and so on. So all at once, Nell then fixed all of that, and immediately turned on the news on the television to see what the results were like.
Growth in world food supplies is China. Declared war on the entire rest of the world.
Of the Great Wall of China.
A snowball Earth.
Before I started trying to make everything better for everybody.
It wasn't as easy as imagined. All of Nell's wishes had their bad impacts that he didn't realize, proof that humans are imperfect beings who don't have the power. So instead of causing even more harm, Nell then gave his power to Dennis the dog, and guess what Dennis's wish was?
Yeah, it's like you just wave your hand, like that.
I feel... Wow!
So what's it gonna be? Biscuits?
Let the source of that power be destroyed forever.
Yes, even though Dennis was just a dog, he was wiser than his owner. Right when the aliens had already agreed to destroy planet Earth, Dennis then wished for the source of the power to be destroyed forever, and this is what happened. Automatically, time goes back to the moment when Nell is sleeping and everything he experienced seems as if it never happened. However, even though his powers are already gone, now Nell relies on his own courage to ask Catherine to have dinner with him.
How about tonight?
I'll be down in half an hour.
For Grant, he remains a dog and impossible, will never ever change back to normal again, but at least he has Dennis, who will become his loyal friend until death.
I'm not a dog, I'm a man.
Hey, nobody's perfect.
The end. Quite a mind-blowing ending. This movie teaches us that power without wisdom is nothing but a path to destruction. What makes us truly special as humans isn't the ability to do everything, but knowing when and how to use our abilities wisely. I'm Jack, along with the entire Stay Weird crew. Thank you so much for your attention and see you in the next video. Adios.